stream. Oh, hold on. Something appears to be the matter. That's odd. Is my mic node? Microphone device. There we go. I apologize for that interruption. Looks like it streamed that. I apologize for the small technical difficulties. Let's try turning down my gain on my mic real quick, and then turning up the mic like this. I wonder if that works. Not sure. Ah, oh no. Oops. Alright. Try turning down fan speed. Make noises a little bit better. Alright, this is a very scuffed start to stream. I apologize. Is it not a normal stream if it's not scuffed, though? Alrighties. Welcome, everyone. For those of you watching the recording, hello. Welcome to the video. I apologize if my voice is a little quiet today. I've been recovering from a sickness all of this last week, and it's been awful. So apologize if you hear any coughing or anything like that. My throat felt like it was on fire a few days ago. I'm feeling a little bit better now, but I still have the sniffles. Yeah, I thought we would have can't word today, have a relatively chill stream today. Might start out doing some art, although I'm still in the midst of an art block right now, so if we get some way and I'm not feeling it, I might move over to a game of some kind. What game that is, I'm not sure. I can go check out my Steam and figure out if we have any game that I want to stream. Might stream Rain World, might play a little bit of something else again, might be Armored Core, I'm not sure. I could start Stardew Valley, actually. That'd be interesting. Starting a fresh run through of our Stardew Valley. I've never actually started fresh on that game. It would be good to play through. We're not sure. But anyways, we'll get started on some art. Let me go see if I have a piece I wanted to get back to. I'm gonna open this one real quick, see if it had any stuff that I didn't want to show. Looks like it's being slow today. There we go. Oh yeah, I have a canvas ready. That's nice. You'll get to see a little doodle I had already on the canvas. I created this canvas on, looks like the 17th. I'm not sure what day that is. Alright. Let me go ahead and turn on Krita. Let's see if it's set. Okay. There we go. Let's switch away from the call music to some art music. Let's start with what's some good music to listen to while streaming? It's hard picking some good music to listen to. Let's start with this one. There we go. And there we go. Turn down the Spotify a little bit. Turn my mic up a little bit. Here we go. Now, where to put my phone? I have to move it all the way over here so I can see. I don't have a second screen, so I rely on my phone to look at Twitch chat. There we go. Where's my pin? Ah, here's my pin. Alright, let's get started. Let's go ahead and shrink this. Put it in a place we don't need it. Like the corner. Should we change the dimensions on this? I think we should. Hold on a second. Here we go. There we go. Apologize for the sniffles. Resize canvas. 2800 on that side, and then maybe 32. There we go. There we go. We got a background now. So I was thinking about going for something like, I wanted to draw a Sona. So for the past, oh gosh, I don't know how long, maybe 6 months, I've been thinking about getting a new Sona for myself. As you can see, I'm still using Cooper, who's a character from D&D of mine. That's who I use as this PNG avatar, and who I streamed making quite a whiles back, actually, now that I think about it. I've been thinking of making a new Sona now recently that kind of reflects more, I guess, who I've changed and how a lot of friends and more than friends kind of see me now. Definitely leans more towards a canine of sorts. Definitely was thinking of a dog. I also, ever since playing Signalis and also getting into sci-fi, have really liked the idea of having a android or some kind of cybernetic aspect to my Sona, as I do love machines and I love the idea of, you know, transcending your mortal flesh and becoming a machine, as the Warriors of Mars would say. Warriors of Mars being the Mechanicus, or the Scutari, I believe, is an arm of the Mechanicus from Warhammer 40k. So I've definitely thought about that. So I'm thinking of something like an android dog of sorts, or Anthro Canine. I actually sketched something like it a while back, when I was waiting for a class to start. Actually, I'm gonna go look for that image real quick, actually. Where did I put that image? Yeah, I'm gonna try to import that image into Krita so I can use it as a reference and kind of show it off. Hello! You recognize that face in the corner? Yes. Welcome, Meepers. I am currently trying to get my hands on a reference for what I'm thinking about drawing today to kind of show what I'm talking about. Also, welcome to stream. I apologize if I'm slow today. I'm coming out over a sickness. Not feeling the best. Doing better than I was a few days ago, which is good. But yeah, you might actually recognize the character I'm in question. Let me post that there. This is gonna be really scuffed. Hold on. Alright. Yep, and there's the sniffles. Yeah, I might have to crop this image. It contains some, yeah, at least I'm recovering. Gonna have to crop this image because it contains some notes that might be sensitive to my school. There we go. Copy that. Paste it there. Get back to Twitch so I can see chat. There we go. Copy the image. Nope, that's the wrong button. How do you paste an image again? No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Ah, I think I remember how now. It's been a while. There we go. I did it. That was the reference I was trying to grab. That took me way longer. So what I had to do to get that image was, because I don't have a direct way of transferring images from my phone to my computer, is I copied it from my photo album and posted it into Discord, and then I copied it from Discord into Krita, which took way longer than I thought it would. But that is the character I was thinking about. Meepers, you might actually recognize them from Armored Core. I currently made a decal of them in Armored Core, and they're currently based around this. And yeah, that is a Dog Anthro android character. And before I even played Signalis, I really loved the design for Elster's and really the replica units' face plates and like the joints in their faces and things like that. So I tried to incorporate that into the character I was sketching out. I was like, this would make a good Sona. And then, as you know, I streamed Signalis and finished the game. And I want to draw them as my Sona now. Maybe in the future I'll draw a good enough picture that could be made into a PNG tuber? Maybe, if I have the motivation. The issue is I've had absolutely no motivation over the past year or so to draw really much anything because of school and life events and just general end of school stresses, I guess. Um, with that, I should probably start drawing instead of just yapping. Let me close that. Let me check the frame rate on stream real quick. Shake my thing. Okay, yeah, it's good. All right. Excuse me. I'm gonna try to sketch. All right, let's take out the big pen. Try to sketch some like shadows and get like a good kind of pose of what we want. Usually have the head right here with the ears. So, which way do we want them to be facing is a question. Do you want me to be facing like into the screen over here? That's like an arrow pointing like this, or do we want them to be just kind of facing at something? This is kind of hard. Excuse me. Something to think about. I'll draw a different, like, directions of expression. So, erase this. What would be a good silhouette for them? Actually, a good thing to think about is, like, what would be a good angle on this? Should I make this more narrow? I should make this more narrow. Resize canvas. Let's do it to 6. No. 2. That should be good. Move our little dog on the corner out. Maybe something like this. Kind of gives a silhouette of who they are. I'm thinking of something like the what do you call it? Is it the starling or the star units pose, where they kind of have like a gun and a shield pointed out like this. Although what kind of gun my character would be holding would be kind of interesting. Maybe like the revolver or something. Joseph McLeod, welcome to stream. Hello. Good to see some new faces around here. I'm currently in the, what's the word I'm looking for? Silhouette phase of my art real quick. I'm thinking about redesigning my Sona as a replica-inspired android canine. I apologize for the newcomers if you hear me sniffling a lot. I'm recovering from a cold currently. Ooh, that's another good question, is like how long should I make the character's hair? Should it kind of like flow out like this into the painting? Fibonacci sequence maybe? I don't know. There's a rule. Well, it's not a rule. Hope you feel blessed. Thank you. There is a... It's not exactly a rule, but it's a good thing to follow when making paintings. To draw people's attention is to follow the Fibonacci sequence, basically. Which is like, make sure the painting flows. So like you have boxes over here. Maybe you have a wall, or sorry, a building right here, like some kind of castle. You have it right here, and the painting kind of flows. So maybe you have a forest down here, so your eyes kind of draw and naturally do this, because the Fibonacci sequence it's like the 80-20 rule. Most things in nature and everything is logarithmic, so you follow most things are ratioed from 80 to 20%. Fibonacci sequence is a linear, it's non-linear, so it's very natural, and humans very much like it. Our eyes like to follow it. So like if you see a painting like this, you have the castle right here that kind of starts where eyes are supposed to start, and it kind of flows, and you're naturally drawn to this area right here. So maybe you could have like a rock with a hero on it or something like right here, and the trees kind of stop right here, or maybe it's a second mountain These like trees in the distance right here, but they're more over here than anything. So everything kind of flows. Maybe you should put like the sun right here to kind of put it right there. And so generally speaking, that's how you can kind of get some flow to like characters or paintings or things of that nature. This is just a demonstration. I'm gonna cut this out of the cut selection, new layer. There we go. I can shove it into the corner with the little doggo down there. How do I doggo? Here you go. And go back to the silhouette. And so you can kind of see almost the inkling of a Fibonacci sequence starting right here. Maybe if I make the hair shorter, kind of, in the back at least. Taking notes. Do you do art as well, Meepers? Doodle on occasion. I would consider that art. Everyone can be an artist in their own right. It does not take much. Oh my god. Me and my brother are both artists, I would say. My brother probably hates being called a term, but by definition he is an artist. We both draw lots of our own characters from D&D and whatnot. We both play D&D together. And oh boy, the conversations we have with our family, like what is and isn't art, are very philosophical, and I still don't know the answer of like what is and isn't art, because technically speaking, like I basically did the demonstration is I took a cup and put a book on top of it and said this is art, because technically speaking that is art. It's an artistic endeavor. You can make shapes out of, you can stack things on top of each other to make shapes, and so it's like that's technically art. And what is and isn't art is like extremely subjective. It's a very fascinating subject as well, like especially when it comes to art history and things like that of that nature. I'm liking the silhouette a lot. I'm not sure that's how I would do the arm. Because her shoulder's kind of going to be right here, so her elbow should be kind of bent right there. And then the other arm is right here. It'll be straighter. Kind of like that, maybe. Maybe it shouldn't be as bent. I'm just kind of planning what I'm going to draw so far. Not really in any drawing phase just yet. Something like that, maybe. Because like it was like a snub-nosed revolver of some kind is what they used in Signalis. Maybe I can draw it out more. Squish that a little bit. No, that's kind of... Let's flip it and see how it went. Not liking how stiff the body is looking. Game dev project. Oh god. I want to try and make a game at some point, but I do not have the patience, I think, to like take that long. It was like when I tried when I went into my writing phase. I can only write short stories. Writing an actual like not something novel length or anything longer than like a few chapters is just a nightmare. ADHD takes over and it's like, I want to be done. Granted, I literally just said anyone can be an artist if you put your mind to it, so I mean, like, there probably is like a universe where I had enough motivation to like start writing and write something fully. About 4 years, but once these days I'll make that cube fire projectile. Yeah. You'll get there. Kind of liking how this is looking. Something like that, maybe. Could I, like, maybe put a gap in here a little bit? Just to show that that is an arm. Or those are two separate arms, maybe. There we go. And maybe something like that. That's gonna be our first idea. I might. What's another great pose from Signalis that we could use? Or something else I've used before. I'm gonna go look at my old art and see if there's any poses or ideas I had that I might want to try again. It's not references. No, not in here. Apologize for the sniffling again. Alright, I went through this old folder I had on my computer of old art I'd never finished, and I didn't realize how old of it was. Some of it was. It's like from like 4 years ago almost. It's insane. I'm gonna keep that there. Oh, and you messed up. Hold on. Where's the merge player below? There we go. Excuse me for a second, I need a cough. Excuse me, sorry. Oy. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. Move that up there. So, I'm trying to think of things to talk about. I'm so used to, now that I've started streaming again, my first, thing of streaming was playing a game and just talking about the game and being concentrated on that. Now that I'm doing art, I have to remember that as a streamer, I have to initiate conversations and talk about things. I'm trying to think of another pose to do with this character. Something that's looking directly at the screen. Maybe a walking pose. Actually, a walking I've never seen the anime of Ghost in the Shell. I just saw trailers for the live action film, which I heard was not the best, but like some of the poses. Well, what got me into art? Um, Ooh, that is a very good question. I'm not 100% sure because I have been drawing, just doodling and sketches since like as long back as I can remember as a kid. Um, what do you call it? Like ever since I was a little kid, I liked doodling little animals and things of that nature and little critters and the whatnot, or imaginary friends, or things like that. And I just kept doing it for, ever and ever, uh, and just really never stopped. And it's a great way to express like ideas that are very hard to convey with words, because I don't word very well. ADHD and autism made sure of that. um, so yeah, it's a great way of communicating, like ideas and things that I want that I can't really say, if that makes sense. Ghost in the Shell, actually, like the anime movie. I need to watch that. One of my friends, we call it, is a really big fan of like mecha robots and androids and things like that, and it's something I really need to watch with them. Something I could also watch with my brother, actually, now that I think about it, because we both are really into anime. He was into anime first because he had a friend who dragged him kicking and screaming into anime, essentially, and he got into it first, and then I soon came after, and I'm starting to get concentrated now. My friend got a hold of a physical copy and it was really impressive. Ooh, that sounds cool. Oh yeah, me and my brother are currently sharing the same apartment, as we're going to the same school, college. So we're currently like binging all the movies we wanted to watch that we either couldn't watch with our parents around or just haven't watched yet. Something like that, maybe. You got like one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. That's a bad joke. Yeah. It was not the old claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Not that one. It was the one specifically about the origination of Santa Claus, I think. I want to say. Not 100% sure. Because there were several, like, that same studio made several, like, claymation films for children around Christmas. And Rudolph, I think, was one that came out of that. The classic, like, Rudolph, you see the little sets, that's like a little fluffy Muppet-looking thing. And there were several others that were in that studio, I think. I do not know if they were tangentially connected to the old cartoon, Frosty the Snowman. These were like mid-90s, I want to say, or early 2000s. I just remember seeing them as a kid. The Uncanny Claymation. I need to go see it again because I remember I don't remember it being that uncanny. To be fair, I was a weird kid, and a lot of things that were uncanny to some were not uncanny to me. For example, I didn't really care about how the characters in the Polar Express looked. I just liked the trains, which is not, beating the autism allegations of me. To be fair, I was completely and utterly undiagnosed at the time, but that's an entire different story. Polar Express was great, though. I love the trains. So maybe a silhouette. I'm not liking the silhouette. So I should probably explain what I'm doing, because it just looks like I'm drawing black stick figures. So you got the traintism? Yes, I had the traintism. It's funny because I loved trains as a kid, but the thing that actually grabbed my hyperfixation attention was jet planes because my dad was into engineering and stuff because he uh, is an electrical engineer that... What the heck? Why is there a... I'm gonna skip this song. That song wasn't meant to come up. I'm pretty sure that was a slow reverb funk song, and I'm like, no, I'm going for chill vibes, not funk. I'm gonna switch over back to the other one. There we go. Just shuffle this playlist. There we go. I don't know where we're getting focused. Also, hi Amara. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I just realized what music is playing. Hehehe. Say something based? Trans rights. There we go. Based. That's not... okay. Is it based if I'm trans and I say trans rights? It's still based, I think. Outer Wilds, my beloved? Yes. Yeah. It is based to fight for your own existence, I think. Yeah, it is. What was I saying again? Oh yeah, it kind of looks like I'm scribbling like a mad woman on screen right now. So another thing I've seen artists do that I'm kind of just copying, is they'll do silhouettes. Basically, for the most part, so you kind of get a good shape of like whatever you're drawing, you kind of want to draw it silhouette first. So what a lot of artists will do is they'll draw these little silhouettes of their characters or things like that for poses and stuff to make sure stuff isn't overlapping, because you don't want to overlap a lot. You see it a lot in art sometimes. Will like certain things are overlap and it doesn't look like a cohesive shape sometimes. You don't want that happening. Another thing you don't want is tangents, like having two shapes just barely touching each other without any discernible space between them. Twitch broke for you? Oof. Rip Twitch. And so silhouettes are a good way to like help with that. Half of my conversation a tangent. I meant tangents, as in like the circle kind. Oh. The circle kind. So like if two circles are just barely touching each other right here, that's a tangent. And in art we call those tangents like that. Same thing. Shut up. Oh my god. Where do you think the word comes from? Yeah. No, it comes from whenever you go on a tangent about tangents. See? I can link the two together. Anyways, I am not liking this silhouette right here because you can barely discern space. It looks like just a blob of, like, nothingness right here. So if we, like, opened it up a bit, maybe made a second one, a different kind of pose. So, like, maybe the character is, like, being epic and looking, like, that way. I recently tried doing silhouettes for the units in my video games. Nice. Wait, you do silhouettes in like gaming and game programming? Or game making? How does that work? Oh, I got a good idea for a pose, actually. I just got a really good idea. Kind of looking almost at the viewer like this. Something like that. Maybe rotate it a bit. And maybe they're like looking that way a little bit, like something just caught their eye. They were pointing their gun right here, but they caught their eye that way. Their hair's flowing off in this direction. For the visual design of the units, you should hire Geometry for your voice acting. That switching mix from top-down perspective is hard. Yeah. Oh God, yeah. No, that is very hard. I've seen a few top-down mech games. The only one I can think of is, I think it's called Longsword. But they're all tetrapod mechs, which for tetrapods is much easier to do top-down because it's like a crab. We see crabs, like whenever you draw a crab, it's from the top down, and then whenever you draw a tetrapod mech, it's like got the big legs right here, the arms like that. That's easy. But to do like a bipedal mech, it's in nature the most, what do you call it, not menacing, but presence you can give to something that is in a 2D dimension, like all creatures are on Earth, because we walk in a second dimension over terrain. We don't fly in 3D. That's what birds do, because birds have a bird eye view with stuff like this, or unless you're taller than crabs like this. The most impressive and foreboding thing you can do is stand on your two legs. So like for mechs, it's why they're so what do you call it, foreboding, is because they got a presence where it's just like they go vertical, and so you don't normally see them from a top-down perspective. Huh. Sorry, I'm nerding over this. I love visuals and geometry and things like that. Yeah, Land Sword, that's what it's called. Tetrapod NT coming. Yeah, Land Sword, that's what it's called. I saw a gameplay footage of it recently. It looks really, really good. I think I put it on my wish list on Steam. Trying to figure out, so I have this like silhouette right here, so how should I do the hair? Should it flow this way? I guess the best thing to think about is, where do I want the attention? Because if the Fibonacci thing is kind of going like this, or is it really going like this? You kind of want it right here because you usually want to draw the attention to the face. So how should the hair complement this? I should probably like do this. Maybe not even go down there. Maybe go this way. Something like that, maybe? Ooh, I like that. Something kind of like that, and maybe I should like lower the arms a bit, or the gun in the arms. And the only issue is it's going to become kind of a bit big blob right there. But it kind of gives a good silhouette. Kind of. If not, we can just cut out the hair like that. That would be a good pose. So I'm going to delete that one because I don't need it. Actually, it's good to know like what not to do, so I'm just going to keep that in the corner. The timeout corner, kind of. But keep this one bigger to kind of show that we like this one. There we go. It kind of works from both sides, so that's good. There we go. Well, I guess top-down isn't exactly accurate. It's like bird-eye view RTS camera deal. Yeah, I played the HIO demo for Landsword. It's really enthralling. Sound design is top-notch. It looks really good. Oh, I got a ping. Oh, clean. Yeah, I need to clean my apartment sometime. It's getting really gross. Okay, so I like that one. Is there any kind of other silhouettes we can do, though? Let me just shrink it a little bit for space sakes. There we go. Move these up here. You reverse that one because that one. Okay, yeah, I like that one. What's another silhouette idea? I need to make at least probably 4 and choose from them. Excuse me. Drink some water. Around 12:20 or so. I'm probably gonna take a small break for bathroom and get some more snacks. They had a fake safe zone in Phantom Hourglass. Okay, how come the auto mod doesn't get that? Did I turn the auto mod off? Maybe I turned the auto mod off. I forgot. That's funny. Twitch is broken. Oof. Am I still streaming? I'm still streaming. Okay. No. Don't push it. Don't want to get banned off of Twitch. Even though I'm dangerously close by just being trans, probably. So we got that pose. I'm just gonna... Pee pee poo poo fart. Good lord. This stream is doing very well so far. So we got that kind of a pose. What's another one we can do? Sure. I'm trying to think if I get another pose. Grr. Let me go look at my references real quick. Or just do a quick Google of some poses. That's one I've already done. That is one, and it really brings out the Resident Evil style. I could do something like this. Where they're kind of like looking at the camera almost. Gun is like right next to the... Or kind of almost in the place. But I would need to turn the head probably more as if they're like looking down the sights almost. So the ear would have to come down right here. Here, the shoulder, hands, got arms sticking out, another hand. I don't really know how to draw poses like this very well, so that's the only issue. It'd be absolutely insane pose to do. I could do with my character. Let me finish up this one real quick. It's too action hero-y, this kind of pose right here, I feel like. Stick that one in the timeout corner for now. There is a what's the word for things that kind of melt people's brains in the SAP universe? Best fears and alright. Hydraulic septacle or band. Zapped. Cognito hazard, yeah. Sorry about the bot. Periodically get those. True. Yeah, but that's what I mean by cognito hazard. Can you eat bot? Sure. Crunchy microprocessors. If my Sona has anything to say about it, they're gonna eat them first, honestly. Well, this is one of my favorite songs from this playlist. There we go. We got arrows kind of showing the general directions that the character's facing. But the reason I say cognito hazard is because one of the things I found is when me and Amara are discussing, anytime we ever discuss Signalis, it's just a cognito hazard for us because it's just how it kind of breaks your brain and you just can't stop thinking about it. And so the reason why I say that is this pose right here. If you can recognize it at all, especially you, Amara, you might be able to recognize it. Yeah, that's one pose I can draw my character in. Funny. I'll give you a hint. It's part of the first ending. Oh, that's true. Here, I'll make it bigger. It involves the first ending and someone in need of a hand. Yeah, the arm bye-bye. I could draw my character like that. Probably won't do it. I'm really liking this one right here, though. That's probably still one of the best poses I've drawn so far. I could do one more pose idea. Maybe throw this in the corner up here for ideas later. How much space are we at? 123 megabytes. I'll probably... Maybe to save on space, I will copy this file, delete, so I have a backup of all the shaded shadow things. Rather disarming situation, but she single-handedly pulled through. Oh my god. Good lord, Amara. I swear. I'm getting a drink of water just for that. You were summoned by Jess. What? Hello, new person. Oh, that's a new follow? Hold on. Did I not have the stream notifications on? Uh-oh. Welcome, Lacey505. Are you looking for, perchance, let me scroll back through chat, Jazek McLeon? Yep, it was Jazek McLeon. Yeah, I saw it on my stream. Let me go see if I can run a test of it real quick. I gotta go to... Oh. Streaming. Dashboard Streamlabs. I think it's Streamlabs what I was using. Yep, I'm not signed in. That's what it was. Let's sign in. Also, thank you so much for the follow. I think it was Lacey. Alright, let me go try to test. Real quick. This should... Yep, there we go. Ow, my ears. Hopefully that wasn't too loud on stream. Was that too loud? You didn't hear it? Oh. That's odd. Streamlabs is set up. Oh. Hold on. Odd. It's very odd. Something fishy is afoot. Let me try the test again. Okay, I'm able to hear that on my end. Yeah, I have the... Hopefully this doesn't break my eardrums. I'm gonna try this. Yeah, Kevin is a test thing for Streamlabs. I apologize for the scuffed nature of this. Maybe the URL is broke and I need to do it again. Let me just... copy that widget. Mary Kevin. Not a true stream without a scuff. That is correct. Alright, I recopied the widget so we can trial that again. Hopefully you'll be able to hear that. No, it didn't show up again. Darn it. Maybe there's a way for just audio. Sound volume, turn that down. Maybe that will work? Oh, nope. That did not work. I do not know what I just did. I might have broken it. Oh, yeah, I officially broke it. I broke everything. Oh, Lord have mercy. Maybe that fixed it? Nope. Oh my god. I killed chat. Let's try this again. There we go. Okay, chat's back. That's good. Turn this back. No, that's not working. Still broken. Maybe that'll work? No? Nope. Okay. We'll just have to, I guess, deal without it. Good lord. Do I want to bring OBS on stream? Nah. I think do I have anything sensitive on screen? It's fine. It's just follow notifications, and I don't really need those. I'll troubleshoot it after the stream. I think I should just continue on with the art. The recording and stream can still see the chat, which is good enough for me. All right. Completely and utterly derailed, and now let's get the train back on the road. Good lord. Oy, oy, oy. Alright, back to art. I am, as Amar would say, not very technically literate. Amar is definitely a lot better at this than I am. Yeah. That is why we work well together. She understands the pewter more than I do. I am just silly bean, yes. Which is funny considering I'm about to turn my Sona into an android, which has interesting connotations. Source after stream. Yeah, might have to redo the source. I tried that several times. Maybe I have to do something weird. Maybe restarting stream might do it, but I'm not doing that right now. So, yeah. All right, last pose because we got 5 poses essentially here. Then we can get on to the actual sketching. And actually, by the time I finish this last pose, it'll probably be like 12:20, and I'll go take a break, and then I'll come back and do some sketches. But first, last thing, I'm getting a lot of. I have at the school we're at has a app that you can download, so you can. Most colleges have like a certain kind of education website where they upload all like the homework and stuff like that for online stuff. They were really big during COVID, and the one that we have for our school has an app where it can notify you, and so my watch is constantly buzzing because it's the end of the weekend, so all the stuff is updating for other classes. I'm actually TAing one because I'm a grad student. Well, not for long. I'm getting out of grad school. So I'm getting a lot of notifications from the classes I'm TAing for like online quizzes and stuff. Excuse me. Let me go look at the poses again. I'm currently looking at Google Images, but don't want to accidentally show something copyrighted or something else, so I'm having it open on a different screen that y'all can't see. What's a good action pose? I'm just seeing a lot of fan art so far. Maybe Resident Evil will have good action poses? Oh, there's actually a cool idea. Looking back over the shoulder, kind of like this. Like that. Kind of bring their neck right here. So they're kind of looking over the shoulder. You should quit grad school and go to rad school. I understand if you want to break the other same. No, it was really funny. Good lord. Good lord, Amara. Something like that. And it gives a chance to show off the flowy back hair as well. Like that. arms are just gonna have to kind of peek through the hair a little bit. Nope, getting more texts. Those like... wonder what those notifications were. Here we go. Something like that, maybe. Also gives a chance to show off the tail. Oh, forgot to add the tail in right here to this right here. I think one thing I should do as well with my character is one of the things I love doing in Armored Core is giving asymmetric paint jobs. So I love giving the melee arm a red paint job usually, especially if it's a lighter colored AC. I think it might be a reference. I don't know why I started doing it. I saw someone else do it once, and it might be a reference to Ultra Kill, because I love Ultra Kill, and Amara will tell you how much she also likes Ultra Kill. So I should probably give my character a red arm as well, kind of in honor of Ultra Kill, as well as like how Elster uses somebody else's arm in the end. She's like, I'll do anything, including ripping off another replica's arm to get through. Spoiler alert for people who haven't played the game, my apologies. Ultra kill. I said the magic word. Dang, I wish I had a sketch on me right now. This is making me want to doodle, hee hee. Making it or the red arm. Mara, is that in reference to what I think it is? Please don't tell me that's in reference to what I think it is. If it is, I'm gonna be really sad. Also, I think I said the magic words for Meepers. Yes, I have played Ultra Kill. It was the ADHD experience, as some might say. Albeit, I've been playing a game called Echo Point Nova, which is like a cross between Ultra Kill Titanfall and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and it is probably a little bit more of a ADHD simulator. So booed. Yeah, it was so booed. Excuse me. Alright, we have some good candidates for a pose to choose from. I'm really liking the two on the right. Over here, these two right here. This one is like, it shows off the face the best, but this one, like, well, it shows off the tail and other things I might want to see in my own character that I will probably draw in my own personal time. Don't look too far into that. But it also kind of gives like a forebodingness to the character, like they're on a mission and you're not going to stand in their way because they're walking away from you. Whereas this one is more action, like they saw something in this direction. Or maybe they're looking down here. Wait, hold on, I messed it up. What if their faces... Wait, let me redo that. But their eyes are also pointing this way, or down that way. Held for aggression? Hold on. Probably is. It was word for word. Ultra Kill is so booed. Man, I love it. We should play it. Did you have Discord? Most of my favorite video games. It was such a good game, honestly. I need to go back and like start P ranking things, so because I never got to the Midas or Sisyphus fights because I could never P rank them. Those missions specifically where you have to fight them, because you have to P rank them, so you have to P rank like a bunch of missions to go fight them, I think. So yeah, the eyes are kind of pointing that way. There we go. The end is now. Also, to answer your question, Jezza, do I have a Discord? I do, but we would probably have to, like, I don't know, be pretty close friends for me to share my Discord. I usually don't share my Discord with very often. I apologize. There we go. Would the eyes be pointing this way? Oh, like a server? No, I don't actually. I haven't really thought about that. I don't know if I would do one for my streaming, because like streaming is kind of like just a time for me to relax. I probably wouldn't really want to try and manage a Discord server. That'd be too hectic. I tried doing that at one point with a bunch of friends like years ago, back when I was like just starting college and also just before I left high school. It was a nightmare as well. So I probably wouldn't do it. You would all make. I would make all server. Yeah, community management is exhausting. And then drama is like bound to creep in, like, because like it always does, and I wouldn't know how to deal with that. So You can handle drama. No doubt you can. My God. The auto mod. Okay. I don't know why the auto mod has it in for you today, Amar. That's double times in a row. I don't know what happens if you get a third time. I would not push it. It might flag my stream or you. It's worrying. I wonder how you turn off auto mod. I should probably turn it off sometime. That seems about right. It's a personal saying. It can get flagged as many times as possible. Okay, that's good to know. I don't want it. I didn't want it to be like a 3-strike system. I was worried it was a 3-strike system. Ooh. Ooh woo. Just make me a mod. I feel like that'd be like nepotism if I made you a mod, Amara. Not nepotism, what's the word? Bias? Something like that. Something close to nepotism. I can use the powers of nepotism to say nonsense. That's... Yeah, my point exactly, Amara. Good lord. And bypass spam filter. Good lord. I'll think about it. Not tonight, but I'll think about it. Good lord. They're just a silly guy. Silly little cat lady. Yeah. They are a force of destruction. There's one key reason I will think about it. I am worried what kinds of powers they could hold that would threaten the safety of all life on Earth, honestly. Yes. Yes, you are. Oy, oy, oy. Yes, that is true. You can be responsible? Where is it? Wait, hold on. It's a terrible fedora. There we go. It's terrible. Well, that's terrible positioning. I communicate. Speaking, you know, when they talk about how, like, I was just mentioning before, art, it's a communication style for me. Now there's just memes. It's just memes. It's all just memes. Everything is memes. We are memes. You are memes. It's all memes. Become one with memes. And with that, I'm probably going to take a 5-minute break to go use the bathroom and grab some snacks. Jimmy Bop. Memes are the best language of any of us knows. Memes, the DNA of the soul. So, oh god. Selfish Gene, I forgot. Was that Dawkins or Nietzsche? I forget. I think it was Dawkins, I think. I need to read some Dawkins things, albeit he is a bit of a silly. I think he did something bad recently. I think he was homophobic or something like that. I don't know. I am curious about his works because I grew up in an extremely religious, what do you call it, setting. So I didn't learn, or I did learn, was kind of taught a lot of different things that were very much not true, like that the Earth was 6,000 years old. I honestly believed that up until about 2020. So I was kind of kept from reading a lot of certain kinds of literature, including Dawkins, but I'm kind of curious about, like, these kind of things. Oh, that's selfish. Shellfish, not sure if the allergen is hereditary. Dawkins coined the term meme, yeah. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I am curious about some of the things he wrote. I probably should read The Origin of Species first. Oh, right, I need to take a break. We should no. Hold on. Amara. No. We are not reading Freud. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go take a break now. All right. I'll see y'all in about 5 to 10 minutes. Go ahead and where's the there we go. I love you too. Bye for a second. Hello, I'm back. Oh, excuse me, moment. Excuse me, sorry about that. Excuse me, I'm back. Excuse me. Ugh, I don't know what happened there. Let me turn down Spotify a little bit. This is not. Hi, Amara. So, how do I explain this? I don't have a second monitor, so I use my phone. I watch my stream on my phone to interact with chat because I don't have a second monitor to look at chat on my own screen because it's focused on whatever's going at the time. So it's a little bit delayed. And so I was taking my phone with me, so I was actually following the conversation the whole time. And y'all had a lot of very sweet things to say, thanks. Loser? Shut up. No second. Oh my god. Yeah, you were spied on. Haha. I also don't have one. Excuse me again. Oh, yeah. Had a little snack of chips and got some more water. Probably need more water. Yeah, you put on the second monitor. Oh my god. But actually, to correct you, Amar, I'm pretty sure it's been more than a year now, because I started streaming the, I started streaming the summer of 2023, and it continued on through that fall. I think I might have taken a break that fall semester because of the undergraduate research I was working on, and then I started streaming again that spring, and that's when I streamed Outer Wilds, and then I took a break after that for almost a year, and then since now this spring I've started again. Oh, thank you, Amar. That means that's sweet. Oh. Thank you. There was another thing I wanted to comment on real quick. Milestones. Oh, yeah. You gonna take a break again for another year? Hopefully not. I would like to keep streaming because it's a great way for me to actually focus and get art done. My character in the middle of the screen. Because, like, that's actually one of the reasons I do streaming. It allows me to focus on things. Like, there's a game I've been really wanting to complete because, like, it has a story, but the ADHD gets in the way. Do it on stream. It's a, what do you call it? There's audience that depends on it. I set a goal for myself, and I get it done. It's actually a really great way of motivating, especially, like, when you have that expectation of people for it, basically. And it allows me to get art done as well, I feel like. It's one of the reasons I stream. I found a good use for it. Plus, it allows you to talk to interesting people, and also gives me an excuse to autistically ramble on about space, science, paleontology, geology, you name it. I was going to say something. Oh, moving into that, you were mentioning about not remembering names or numbers, meepers, and I just want to say that is a mood. I am horrible with names and numbers as well. I can remember a face forever, but I can never remember a name. Ramble on about space. Oh my god. Excuse me, sorry. I'm still sick. I thought I was better. But with that, let's continue on back to Krita. Now that we have a few. I love how it immediately left off where I left this. It's funny. What one over here should we choose? My nose. Onward, yes. Give the kid. That is a detective with a fedora. The press X to doubt has a detective. I should give him unibrow though. Now it's Major Monogram with the fedora. Trying to blend in with his Alka agents. Amara, I swear. Also, I forgot to put my character's eyeballs looking at the screen. Did I switch it? I switched it. Good lord. That's fair. Also, I just realized something horrible. With the addition of Meepers, I feel like now there are 2 gremlins harassing me in chat now whenever I stream. Also, I apologize for the extremely depressing music. Oh my god, I swear. Both of you are going to be the death of me. Oy. For context, this is music that occurs in Outer Wilds. And if you don't know what this means in Outer Wilds, go play it. That is all I will say. Actually, the only other thing I'll say about Outer Wilds is :3. And that is it. That is all I'll say about Outer Wilds. I'll say that it has fundamentally changed my life. I do not think about the nature of life in our universe the same way after playing that game. It fundamentally rewrote and rewired my brain about, like, how I see the universe, really. And you get to roast marshmallows as well. I highly, 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 highly recommend playing the game. Yeah, the average erotic experience is never being able to tell anybody ever about the game, and the only thing you can is that it fundamentally changes their life. For context, Outer Wilds is a to specifically progress the story, you have to figure out puzzle pieces, and it is non-linear. So literally anything you say could give away key story elements, essentially. Can't play Outer Worlds until I expunge the playthrough that I witnessed before the game blew up. Oh no. Oh no. You just need the forget me stick. Wait for someone to ask me what the forget me stick is. I'll go ahead and answer it. The forget me stick is a foam bat. I'm referencing Megamind. Yes, Amarim answered it for me. Everything comes back to Megamind. I think there's just an entire section of Tumblr categorizing people who think they invented something new and then realizing it was already in Megamind. Anybody here experienced in-memory rewriting? I want to witness the Outer Wilds for myself. I'm sorry to say Meepers, but every single other person who has played Outer Wilds also wishes the same thing. It is just... that is also the Outer Wilds experience. Wishing to forget. So you could play it one last time. I know I do. Because god dang, it was a good game. Unless you have severe ADHD like Amara. That, or because Amara got to watch me firsthand go through the game. My friend is pretty... Oh, God. Good Lord, Amara. Oh, God. Jeez Louise, Amara. I like how we got completely distracted from trying to pick a thumbnail or outline. Instead, we're talking about this. I think because I only watched it, I might be able to get away with playing it in like 30 to 40 years, and my memory has eroded enough. I could do that. I think there's some astronomical events that I really want to see that are actually 30 to 40 years from now. Because I think I know like the next, when is the next, hold on. Let me go ahead and close that. Next total solar eclipse in US. Because that's supposed to happen, I think. Yeah, there was one in 2023. I remember seeing that one vividly. Eclipse is between 1901 and the 2100s. That'd be the 22nd century. Oh, so it's 2024. Whoops. So it looks like there'll be one in the US. There'll be one in the US in 2025? That doesn't make sense. Hold on. Oh, it's partial, that's why. Yeah, the next total solar eclipse in the United States will be in August 12th, 2045. I will be 45 years old by that point. Dobsonian? Oh, is that one of those, ain't too bad, yeah. Dobsonian, is that one of those, like, little pad-mounted massive telescopes that you have to put on the ground that looks like a little small mortar cannon? Or is it... Yeah, kind of. Okay. I had a really... I... When I was like in 2014, I was when I really got into space science, and I got a telescope for Christmas that year. It was a really crappy 114 Celestron reflector. It's still in my room, and I possibly could repair it because it is really dust. The mirror is really dusty, and it is not culminated whatsoever. Yeah, it's like big tube, all manual for you. Yeah, I hate the manual ones. I tried to put a motor on mine, and the motor was like $10, and it broke the moment it connected to the thing. Okay, so I still have to use the manuals. It is a really crappy telescope, but I still was able to see the moons of Jupiter and the rings of Saturn with it, as well as some few key stars. I took it so many places. Me and my dad and my brother went camping out to West Texas several different times over the next few years after I got that, and I managed to take it each time. We would always go in the winter, so it was freezing cold at night, but I remember just trying to get pictures, like, see if I could see Andromeda with it. I was never able to, sadly, because Andromeda's too blurry. Always able to see Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, because they've been in the night sky in key positions for the longest time. You can see Orion's Nebula with it. Well, it's just... You can barely see it. It's like just a little tuft of gas. Like black and white gas. Stargazing, freezing hand, go hand in hand. Yeah. I miss those days. And all I had to worry about was high school. I was homeschooled, so I had to worry about literally nothing. What was I gonna say? Sorry, reminiscing about stargazing. Darn. I need to go stargazing again. It was a really fun thing to do. Just haven't had time. School, college eats up so much time. Although I had enough time to go with my dad to visit some friends, because his friend owns some land out in Arkansas, which is right in the path of the total solar eclipse last year. So I got to see it that April. That was really cool because the 2017 solar eclipse we took the trip to Nebraska because it went through Nebraska. And we took that time instead to go for a week before the solar eclipse in Nebraska area to see Mount Rushmore, the Badlands, Mount Chimney Rock, and a bunch of other really cool things around there. And then on the last day we were there, we tried to see the eclipse and it was cloudy. So it was not great. So I never really saw a total solar eclipse until April, where we went to Arkansas on my friend's land, and there was not a cloud in the sky, and it was straight above our heads. It was one of the most beautiful and horrifying experiences I think I've ever had. Because there was no clouds, any weather that changed, you could physically see in the sky, because you saw like weird patterns starting to form clouds. You could see the shadow moving in the distance. It was honestly like when people describe, like in old times when people were lucky enough to be in the path of a total solar eclipse with that back like thousands of years ago, and they describe it as like an apocalyptic event, you don't really get that feeling until you see it for yourself. Because another thing to think about is like animals and nature is not used to that because it's something that happens so rarely. So everything around you reacts differently to it. Like the birds go insane, animals around there start losing their minds. We could hear cows like making weird noises in the distance. It's so surreal. And then you look up and you see it, and it's Overly Sarcastic Productions made a great video on the solar eclipse talking about, it's like you read in textbooks. Let me turn down the sound on my end. You read in textbooks about like how almost every major event I've ever had the chance to experience was overcast or cloudy. I'm jealous. Oh, yeah. Weather is just awful when it comes to stargazing. That reminds me of when I tried to see, it was way back, I think in, was it 2016 or 2017? Mercury passed in front of the sun for our visibility, and I had just bought a sun filter for my Celestron, and I wanted to go see it, but it was also cloudy that day. And I don't think that another event like that is going to happen for like another several decades. What is it called? Mercury transit. Intervals every 7 years. Yep, it was 2016. Oh, looks like there was one in 2017. It wasn't visible from the US, it looks like, though. There will be another one in 2032. Oh, hey, that's when the asteroid was supposed to hit. There was, what was it? Was it Y24? Basically, this year, around New Year's, because for the NASA and a bunch of organizations use amateur astronomers to look for asteroids. So basically that's like telescopes and observatories from various different universities from around the globe are just looking for asteroids, and you can put it into the asteroid database on NASA. And looking through that database, NASA realized that there was an asteroid that had a percentage of hitting the Earth. Or at least a 2 to 3% chance, basically, at most 3%, which was very scary. But then they just needed, in order to narrow down the actual percentage, though, they needed more observations. So over the months, they actually observed it, and they realized, okay, it's not going to hit the Earth. And now, right now, the percentage is that it could hit the moon. And it'll hit it by the 2032 or so, I believe in September. So it won't hit the Earth, but there is a small, tiny percent chance it could hit the moon. And this is an object bigger than the object that blew up over Russia in 2013. So there's a small chance you could see it, basically, if you're looking hard enough at the moon. Which is going to be interesting if it does hit, because there's a very small chance it does. It might not even hit the moon at all, actually, by this point, if we can narrow down that percentage of where it hits. It would be really cool to see, that's for sure. I would be in my 30s by that point, which is kind of insane to think about. And it is now 1 o'clock, and I have not done any sketches whatsoever. The ADHD stream, I love it. You gotta love to see it. I'm still trying to figure out, should I choose this one or this pose? I'm torn between them, because this one is cool. This one's more dynamic. I kind of like this one because it's really dynamic. I think I'm gonna go with this one. First, let me create a new document. Actually, no, I just need to copy this one. So if I just need to open a copy of this one, go to digital art. Nothing sketch, I swear. Alright, I think that's it for stream today. It was nice having y'all, so it was a great stream, y'all. I think it's been just a little bit too much though, so it was nice. I'll see y'all again. Bye. I'm joking. Wait. Also, welcome back, Jezza. I was joking about the ending of the stream. I was trying to make a point. Let me bring back Krita. Look, if both of y'all are gonna be gremlins on the stream, I have to do my own jokes here and there, alright? Go ahead and all this stuff. And keep that one right there. Actually, it'll probably go in the corner up here. Gremlins were glimmin'. This is true. I should probably also resize the canvas again to better fit with what I'm going to be sketching. Go ahead and actually save this as an image. Be on your best behavior. Oh my god. Not your fault, you're a silly cat. No, I'm gonna do it with you too. There we go. I can just throw everything on this side. we go. Just kind of toss it over in there. There we go. Let me move my mic and phone a little bit because the cord is kind of getting in the way of my finger onto my pad. Okay, maybe if I... Sorry for the noises it's probably causing. There we go. Let's start from this angle first. Draw a little circle for the head. It's probably gonna be something neutral like that. Skeleton a little bit bigger like that. That's going to be the hard part. Excuse me. There we go. Is this right? I feel like I'm missing something. Might be thinking too much about it. Hmm. I apologize if I'm like suddenly getting focused now and stop talking. Um, it happens, I've noticed, whenever I'm doing art. It happened a lot during the Signala stream, I noticed as well. Um, I just get really focused and like just forget about everything and start like getting into the moment. There was something I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, I'm mentioning Richard Dawkins, which reminded me of time. Um, process that requires focus. If you're not, yeah, definitely. We're talking about time, or I think we were talking about time. I don't know. My mind is constantly on time. I did get a bachelor's in geology, and I love geology so much, which is like constantly thinking about time. So, I mean, it is always on the mind, basically. Um, I don't know. Me and my brother currently are watching through Frieren as well, which you don't know. It's an anime about an elf. In a typical D&D fashion, she lives for like several thousand years, and to her, that humans don't make sense because they don't live that long. We don't truly see the world from that kind of perspective, so it confuses her a lot, and she ends up like going on this adventure for 10 years with this adventure party, and she feels like she learned nothing from it because it was so quick to her, because she's lived for 1,000 years. 10 years is nothing. um, and she forgets about them, and she goes and lives her own life for 80 years thinking she can just go back and like visit them as friends, and that is not the case. She goes back to the leader of the party, and he's an 80-year-old man basically, and that's the entire show basically, is her retracing her old friend's steps, trying to learn about them again. And it's beautiful. It's a really beautiful show about like time and how it can get lost for this kind of a character. I will say I have some huge gripes with some of the villain characters. uh it's got some issues with world building in that regard, uh, that might, yeah, it's not good when it comes to that. But the actual world building of like her character and like the civilization and like how it shows like she's Furin will basically like, oh yeah, there was this like, I know a shop or a place or a village here on their adventure, and they go there and it's like ancient ruins of like a civilization from 100 years ago basically. And in her flashbacks, you see people that she knew are wearing very different clothes than what they're wearing right now. Because, like, the teacher who taught her magic was essentially from like hundreds of years ago, if not 500 years ago. So they're all wearing like togas and things like that. Whereas everybody now, like her current adventure party is like wearing Victorian era medieval clothing, essentially, thousands of years later, basically. It's really cool. I like that aspect of Frieren. It tickles my archaeologist and paleontology brain, and as also someone who likes history and like the passage of time and how it affects us all. Hmm. Something is not looking right to me. Not sure what it is. Phone died back. Oof. No. Bad phone. Feat of technomancy. That is something I would call Amara, is a technomancer. Mara definitely has the machine spirit, as the Mechanicus would say. I don't know, I've never played Warhammer. You killed a fish. Oh my god. Yeah, you gone to Rock Easter Island? The Gorons are there. Ooh. Oh my god, is it 1:30 already? Good lord. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. Good lord, Amara. I swear. Alright. I think we got a good sketch or skeleton down for how the art is going to go. Though I'm still not pleased with how the hair is. Something like that, maybe. I think we need to add some more space right here. There we go. Something like that, maybe. There we go. I swear, both of you. I could make a really bad joke right here. I could make a time pun and say, hey, you know what time it is? It's time to stop. I'm sorry. Cue Filthy Frank meme. Oh my god. You can't send images in Twitch. Sadly. There we go. I should be watching what I say more carefully, lest I start second guessing myself. Don't want to ruin our time here. You won't ruin anything, trust me, Spaces. Oh my god, yeah, that's true. Speaking of our time, I think it's 1:30. I don't really want to get started on the line art just yet because I think just having the sketch is enough. Plus I'm getting kind of tired tonight. I might call it here, honestly. This feels like a good place to stop. Yeah, I think I am. I'm gonna call it here. We have a good skeleton to start, and once we get the line art going, we can start coloring. I'm trying to be careful on line art because that's where I suck. I really suck at line art the most. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a good start to a sketch. It's a good base. Yeah. Add more time puns. Oh my god. But yeah. Yeah, it is 1:30. I usually go to like 1:45 or 2, but I'm kind of feeling tired. Art takes a lot out of me. I haven't drawn forever. This is the most I've gotten done in... When was the last piece of art I did? Let me go look real quick. Yeah, I think the last true piece of art I did was in the spring of 2024. Good lord. Wow. Dang. It's been a while. It feels good. It feels good to draw again. But it's taken a lot out of me, so I'm probably going to call it quits here. Let me bring back Krita. Or bring out Rena and bring back the thing. Alright. Go ahead and start signing off now. Thank y'all for showing up. It was really... This is a lot of activity, more so than I expected. I didn't realize I had this many people always watching. It's nice to know. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a good night. A lot of fun conversations. I'm looking at you, Amara, and Meepers. Oy. It's been fun. And thank you all for showing up. I will see y'all next Saturday night, I think. It might be Sunday night, actually. I might have to delay it to Sunday night. I'm just a cutie. Yes, you are, Amara. Yeah. Yeah. Alrighties. Will I get good sleep? Maybe. I'm not sure. We'll see. But yeah. I will see y'all on the next stream. Bye-bye. You'll have good sleeps. If it's currently evening for you, or on this side of the globe, i.e. in the US of A. Yeah. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye. Oh, actually, wait. Before I go, I should probably check if I can raid anybody. Hold on. Anybody still streaming at night? This night? This late? Eh. Nope, no one's streaming. Darn it. Okay, no raids tonight. Alright. Y'all have good ones. Bye.